Hey, what's up guys, Zeke here, back again with another video. For today we are talking about the top 5 snipers for aggressive sniping after the update in Season 2. But before we get into that, there are some new draws, specifically this one with the Fennec. I really want the Locus skin because of course it's a new Locus skin, wanted to make a video on it. Luckily and unfortunately, I ran out of CP, this was my last draw, and I got the character skin in the third draw, which is crazy. And not only did I get the character skin, but it's an actually really good character skin that I might actually use a lot. So here's the Locus skin that I was talking about. If this video hits 2k likes, I'll buy some more CP and buy this Locus for you guys. But before we continue on with today's video, shout out to Ahmad Tawabrabani 909. If you guys want a shout out, all you have to do is leave a comment in the most recent video and I'll pick one randomly for my next video. Anyways, let's get right into the builds, starting with number 5, the Arctic 50. So, the Arctic 50 recently got buffed in terms of its stopping power. I mentioned this in my last top 5 video. That's why it's still maintaining its number 5 spot, because there hasn't been much change with the right tech and other snipers that compete with it for the number 5 slot. So I would say safely this is the best semi-automatic sniper in COD Mobile currently. Its only downside is really the hitbox, and that's pretty much it. But compared to the other sniper, there's just so many good options in COD Mobile right now that this sniper is all the way down here at number 5. Moving on to number 4, the Koska. So this is a pretty underrated sniper, I would say. People nowadays are just using the DLQ, Locus, the Tundra, and a few other snipers, but they barely use the Koska nowadays. But this is actually one of the best snipers still in Call of Duty Mobile. So the reason I have a silencer on most of my builds here, a lot of people are confused as to why you would want a silencer when you're going for an aggressive push. But just think of it this way, the enemies react slower when you have a silencer. Unlike if you didn't have a silencer, they'd want to rush you even more and contest you as a sniper. Moving on to number 3, the Locus. Now in my previous top 5 video, I mentioned that the Locus was better than the DLQ. There's still some truth to that in terms of the statistics wise. There's a lot of stats that the Locus is better than the DLQ. However, like I said before, the DLQ has an OWC light suppressor, which makes it a little bit more versatile than the Locus, but we'll get into that later on. But the reason the Locus is number 3, of course, it has good ADS speed, with the stopping power it has a good hitbox, and overall it's just a really good sniper to use and it's very reliable. Moving on to number 2, the DLQ. Previously the number 3 in my list. Why is it number 2 now? Well, it got a buff in terms of its fire rate, but just by a little bit. But I think that was more than enough for me to be convinced that the DLQ might just be better than the Locus, at least just a little bit. But that's just my personal opinion. Of course, if you're a full aggro sniper, you might still prefer the Locus than the DLQ, but I personally like snipers that I can rush with a silencer because it makes all the more difference for me. And you'll notice that in some of my videos that I'm always using a DLQ with suppressor when I'm rushing. It's just a lot more easy for me to rotate and get my early pickoffs. And a lot of people are wondering why the enemies aren't reacting to me. Let's say some of their teammates die and they're still not looking at that direction. Sometimes it's of course the enemies are lacking in game sense and map awareness, but it's also because the silencer really does put their focus on other things rather than the sniper with a silencer. So that's why I still use a silencer and still recommend a silencer when you're going aggro. Before we continue on to number 1, we have a few honorable mentions: the HDR, the Rytech, and the ZRG. You guys have been asking for my builds for these 3 snipers, and here you guys go. I know it's not my top 5, but here are my recommended attachments for it. Moving on to number 1, no surprise, it's still the Tundra. It's just better statistically, it's just better the way it feels. The only downside I can say about the Tundra is its wall penetration. It's a little bit less than the DLQ and Locus, but the ADS speed and everything else, it's just the better sniper. Now I've been using this build where I'm using the tac suppressor and airborne elastic wrap, and honestly it's been working really well for me both in rushing and being passive. So I think it's one of the best versatile builds. You guys should definitely give it a try. A lot of pro players are giving it a shot too. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll just show you some DLQ gameplay because of course it got buffed.
Recon ready for deployment. Friendly shock RC.
Sniper! eliminated.
Finish it.
Sniper.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by.
Contact with enemy.
Friendly shock RC is ready.
Enemy down.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat.
Sniper
Bomb spotted.
eliminated. Tango down. Target down. Get to the sniper.
Bomb dropped. Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Eliminated.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Get down, sniper. Attack. Tango down. Target down. Target in sight.
Sniper eliminated.
Get down, sniper. Sniper down. Enemy contact.
Bomb has been planted.
Get down, sniper.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Enemy down. Enemy inside.
We got the bomb. It's all up to you now. Finish the mission. UAV recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by.